Hi everyone. Now in this class we will see high performance liquid chromatography. So here the term like high performance liquid chromatography. So this is an example of liquid chromatography in which the compound mixture gets separated into the column. So this is also example of a 3D chromatography, where the 3-dimensional column is used to separate a compound mixture. So here we can see this is a column, and this column is in the form of a 3D because we know that two-dimensional chromatography and a 3-dimensional chromatography. So here why it is called 3D 3D based column chromatography, because that having a x and y z axis, and here that compound mixture separated based on the affinity towards the stationary phase which is present into the column, and that mobile phase will use to elute, elute your molecules from the column. And we have a detector. So there are several types of a detector. So this is a actual instrument of a HPLC. So we have a these are the solvent delivery system, and we have a column, and here we have a sample injection where the sample is injected into the column, and then after that elution from the column it goes to the detector. And we have different types of detector like UV detector, DAD detector, IR detector, and ECD. And their working principle are different, and the different detectors used for a different types of a compound detection. So here so if we want to know the principle or mechanism of separation of compound mixture in a HPLC, so this is like a column chromatography. So generally in a column chromatography we have a adsorbent. So adsorbent is a part of stationary phase, so which can be filled in a column. Then so this type of column chromatography we can do in the lab manually, for a separation of a synthesized compound, organic compound. So here if we want to separate our synthesized organic compound, whether our compound synthesized in the lab is pure, so what we will do, we will first fill the adsorbent stationary phase, then we will put our the synthesized compound into the column, and we will use the elutant, the mobile phase. Then your pure compound and impurities will elute one by one, and you will take your pure synthesized compound or impurity present followed by the separation. So we will see how the compound mixture gets separated in a column chromatography. Because we will see what is the difference between a column chromatography and also the column that present in a HPLC. So first what we will do in the column chromatography, we will put our compound mixture, and compound mixture may be 2, 3, 4. And then next we will use a elutant, a solvent mobile phase, because in a chromatography generally we will have a mobile phase and a stationary phase. Because it is a liquid chromatography, so we will use liquid as a mobile phase in this chromatography. So this way, so this way we can separate our compound mixture. Suppose if you don't have like HPLC in your lab, then we can purify our that compound mixture in the lab. So first we will put our compound mixture and we have the adsorbent, and we will take a different flask, okay, for taking different fraction of the eluent that coming from the column. Okay, so this first eluent like a fraction, like maybe first we will take 1 minute, then 2 minutes, then 3 minutes. So in this way we can take the fraction. So this is a first fraction. Maybe this fraction maybe have your pure synthesized compound, followed by the your that raw material that you taken during the synthesis. So this is the second material, and that may be finally we have a third material, okay, like that may be the impurities. So in this way we can separate our compound mixture, or we can better understand, like if you want to separate a plant pigment like chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B and xanthophyll. So this type of like different plant pigments can be also purely separated using this column chromatography. Okay. So here what is the advantage and disadvantage of this column chromatography? This is a if you want to determine quantitative amount of a particular chemical substance, then it is very difficult, and also here a lot of organic solvent is used for a separation of the compound. So it is a time consuming and it require a more amount of a pure organic solvent. But the advantage is this is a easy accessible, okay, and also it is also we can say it is a low cost for purification of a compound mixture in the lab. Okay, so here how this now in HPLC, okay, HPLC it is a high pressure system, okay, high pressure system, and in column chromatography we will use a gravitational force for the separation of a compound mixture. But HPLC we will use 3000 psi, okay, 3000 psi, many times high pressure than a column chromatography. And for the reason of having high pressure, because here we will use the particle size 30 micrometer, okay, the particle size in the column of HPLC will be 30 micrometer. So we will use a high pressure for the separation of a compound mixture from the column. So the smaller the particle in a stationary phase, so you will provide high pressure because the viscosity of a solvent, okay. So that is a important part of a chromatography. Then it has been found that separation by HPLC, maybe you can see 100 times faster, okay, 100 times faster than a column chromatography. So it will, in column chromatography it will take 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, okay. So we can separate our compound mixture in a 5 to 10 minutes. Most of the organic compounds can be separated in a very less time, okay. So principle, okay. So here we will understand the principle of a HPLC compared to the column chromatography, okay. So here high performance in the sense high pressure, okay, high pressure. So the here that a principle of separation is based on a adsorption or a partition chromatography. So in the previous class I had been told about the solid liquid chromatography and liquid chromatography. So in stationary phase, if we will use a solid as a stationary phase and a liquid will be mobile phase, then the separation of compound mixture will be based on the adsorption. Adsorption in the sense the more adsorption of compound onto the stationary phase, so it will slow elute out from the column, and less adsorption capacity to the column, so it will be fastly elute or fastly detected by the detector. And in partition chromatography, where the stationary phase is liquid as well as a mobile phase is also liquid. So this is a main principle, okay, principle of a separation of a compound mixture in a HPLC. So in HPLC, the separation of compound mixture depends upon the partition based or a adsorption based. So if you will talk about a partition based, so the separation will be depend more distribution of your compound mixture into the mobile phase or a stationary phase. Okay, so more your compound mixture distributed into the stationary phase, so it will be slowly travels. Okay, slowly travels, and it will be late detected into the column. So these are the main principle of a HPLC. Okay, so here we can also see when mixture of components are introduced into the HPLC column, they travel, okay, according to the relative affinity in terms of a adsorption capacity to the stationary phase or a distribution or partition between the stationary phase and the mobile phase. The components which has more affinity towards the adsorbent travel slower. The components which has a less affinity towards the stationary phase travel faster. Travels faster means that the peak, okay, the peak will be seen in your chromatograph first, followed by the slower one. Okay, then since no two components have the same affinity towards the stationary phase, the components are separated. So if you inject your compound mixture, okay, maybe 2, 10, 11, so all the analyte or compounds have a different affinity, adsorption capacity to the stationary phase, and based on that different adsorption capacity, it elute differently, okay, from the column. So in this way we can selectively determine the target compound, okay, from a known sample. So this is the beauty of HPLC. Okay, so here we will again see the animated picture about the separation of compound mixture in a HPLC column. Okay, so first so this is a column. Okay, so column is made up of like stainless steel, or it is also polyethylene, and inside there is a packing of a adsorbent, and here, okay, first we will inject our compound mixture. Okay, then a solid component can be dissolved in a solvent which will be seen. Okay, so then followed by we will use a eluate. Then here the different color, okay, different color showing the different compound mixture that are injected into the column, and this the traveling because here we can see like maybe the red color, so that means this compound is a less affinity or less adsorption capacity to the column. That blue color compound showing that is having more affinity to the column, so it is a slowly travels. Okay, and this compound will first be detected onto the detector. So we will see the first peak followed by second one and third one. Okay, so we have a UV detector or different types of a detector. So suppose if we want to see the view of a column, so suppose this is a column in which our stationary phase is packed, okay, and stationary phase is generally adsorbed, that is made up of adsorbent, several adsorbent, okay, several adsorbent. And if we will see that a picture of a adsorbent in some microscope, okay, microscope, this is a microscopic view, so in which we can see the porous like material into the column. And here we can see, suppose if we injected in B type of compound, then the separation of a compound is depend upon the traveling. Okay, so the like we know the Nernst distribution coefficient. So in Nernst distribution coefficient, the concentration of a solute in organic phase divided by aqueous phase. Similarly, so this is a relationship. Okay, relationship between a chromatography and a solvent extraction. So here the separation is depend upon the concentration of a solute in a stationary phase divided by concentration of a solute in a mobile phase. So in this way we will also see the peaks. So this is a peak for a mobile phase. So mobile phase will also show some peaks, chromatographic peak in a HPLC. Okay. So here now we will see another part of chromatography, instrumentation. Okay, and instrumentation is a very important part. Based on that one, different components or different parts having a different function for a separation of a compound mixture in a HPLC. So we have a reservoir, solvent reservoir. Okay, so the solvent reservoir may be one or two depending upon it is either isocratic or a gradient. So we will see what is a isocratic and a gradient. And a pump, function of pump is to push the solvent into the column. Okay, for a separation of a compound mixture. And injector is a component where we will generally put our chemical substance or a compound mixture. Okay, and we have a column. So column is in chromatography, you should know. Okay, column is a heart of a chromatography where the separation of a compound mixture separated. Then we have a detector. So these are the different shortly different components of a HPLC instrument. Okay, so like we have a solvent delivery system, pumps, injection system, column, detector, and recorder, and integrators. Okay. So first we have a solvent delivery system. So here you should know the pressure is used is a 3000 psi, and that should be 1000 to 3000 psi, and it is depend upon the size of a stationary phase used. Okay, the type, and also another part is the use of mobile phase is in chromatography is a important component. Okay, where the selection of a mobile phase will be based on the what type of the compound mixture you are going to separate, that having a polarity or a non polarity. Okay, so these are the we have a like in solvent delivery system we have vacuum filtration, helium purging, ultrasonication to avoid the air bubbles into the column, because that will cause the interference for detection of your compound mixture. Okay, then type of a solvent system. We have a isocratic and a gradient illusion. So in isocratic illusion, the composition of solvent throughout the separation is the same. Either you can use 20%, 30%, or 50% of a methanol. Suppose if you are using a 50% of methanol, means 50% of water and 50% of a methanol. So it will be 0 minute, it will be 50-50. 1 minute it will be 50-50, or 3 minutes, or at the end of separation it will be the 50-50, means same composition of a solvent. Okay, and suppose, so this isocratic illusion is used for separation of a few compound mixture. Okay, few compound mixture, or their affinity of separation is a difference is very large. Okay, then we have a gradient illusion. With the time, the composition of a solvent will change. Okay, suppose if you are taking the mixture of methanol and water, so 0 minute it is suppose the methanol composition is 10% and water is 90%, then 1 minute it will be 20 and that will be 80. Then say 2 minutes it will be the methanol concentration will be 30 and it will be 70. So in this way the composition of a two solvent will vary, and this graded dilution is used for separation of a more number of a compound mixture from the sample. So this is a this graph we can understand the isocratic or a gradient dilution. So here you can see with this peak you can see. Okay, so suppose if you are using a specific composition of solvent, here we can see the composition of a solvent is not changing.